Let's see. Last time we went up to upper management, and the female leader was so enamored by Cola. She was basically licking his feet and being like, "Oh, great Cola, you are so amazing. How can anyone be so amazing?" And then she went away because she was mad. Because Cola, he was looking the other way. He was more interested in some old scroll that was like written in hieroglyphics. Cola can't read it yet. There was some other that looked into the smithy guy who only growled, and yeah, no one spoke growl, so we went to some other dude who then, yeah, and we ended up finding another stone who then basically told what is it, the female leader that you have to serve Cola. He is so important. Also serve his people. Because they will save the world. Else we're gonna smash you with a stone. So they agreed, because of course anyone would agree to work with Cola. Then we went back and got our reward and decided to well, put it in the party fund. Then went down to a fisher who greatly insulted Cola, but not giving a fish. And we then went out on fishing, caught some fish and some sea lions, and that's about where we stand.
Thank you for that glorious recap. Wow. It's so interesting seeing it from your perspective.
And Cola got his revenge by stealing a fish while the captain was distracted.
How dare you? Alright. And with that, you are presented with two sea lions, one just breaking free of the net that you guys, I must say, pretty spectacularly caught it with, and the other just chomping at the captain as he runs away. And I'm going to need you all to roll for initiative.
Awesome.
Let me add there.
Yeah. Gerarden is looking very pale at the moment and is currently barfing over the side of the ship.
Alright, it's my catch. I'll get them.
Why is it not linking? Give me a sec.
Okay, wow, these things rolled pretty well. Let's hope your party. I'm going to fight for Yanni and Lily in the meantime.
Shit.
What are their dex modifiers higher than 4? Just because we rolled the same initiative, we all got 21.
No, it is not.
Apologies, now it should work. Ah, there we go. Haha.
Jeez, I am rolling spectacularly for initiatives, even for your teammates. I mean, yeah. Okay, this is actually a very, very high initiative roll. Alright, so Rain, you are up first, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, are we jumping into it? Cool. Yeah, sorry, still. Give me a second. So, okay, there's the two, one is sort of climbing onto the ship, right?
This one is climbing on. This one was the one in the net that it's just broken free of.
Okay, so it's not restrained in the net anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I am going to say, "Oh, look, 2 for the price of 1," and he's going to summon a water whip to grab at the one that's climbing onto the boat, and I'm going to do it like this. So that is going to be a 19 to hit as he just splashes it with water and freezes it and tries to pull it in.
And a 19 hits.
So
Go
it
ahead
now
and roll.
needs to make a strength saving throw. It takes 2 points of cold damage, and then... Oh no, it doesn't make a strength save. It's just if it hits, it is pulled 10 feet closer. So I'm going to try and sort of pull them on top of each other and just get them all tangled up there. And
Alright. So it only did 2 points of cold damage, is that correct?
yeah, that this is reflavored, so you can keep it as piercing damage if you want, but I think it makes more sense that it's cold damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it as cold damage. And your goal is to kind of pull them closer together?
I pull the one at the bottom 10 feet closer to me.
Alright.
I can post the thing in the chat.
Oh wait, you went for this one? The one climbing on?
The one climbing on, yeah, I'm pulling it onto the boat.
Alright. So that would literally put it on top of the other one, but I'll put it there to the side.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get them all like tangled up on top of each other, to because they're pretty large, these things. And then with my bonus action, sorry, I'm just trying to remember how to be a monk. Cool.
Yes.
And then I'm going to spend a key point to dodge as I sort of take a step towards them, and I'm just going to try and like get their attention. Like, come on, and that's going to be my turn.
Alright, cool. Alright.
They will have disadvantage on attack rolls against me. Just FYI.
Quickly do remind me what was the thing that you cast, because I blanked out as soon as you said the name.
I just dodged. I'm using Step of the Wind to dodge as a bonus action.
Ooh.
So disadvantage on attack rolls.
For Rain, that sort of just looks like if someone tries to hit him, he'll just flow out of it. Like he's just become more watery for a moment. But that's my turn.
Alright, cool. Just give me a moment.
Oh, yeah, isn't it patient defense using, not Step of the Wind?
Oh yeah, one of the two.
And I was like, wait, you
Yeah. That's so disengage or dash is Step of the Wind. Patient defense is dodge.
Alright. It is the sea lion's turn. So the one that just broke free of the net is going to kind of crawl a little bit forward. And it's not really interested in you, Rain. I mean, you just look like water to it, so it's going to go for the steel defender. And it's just... Ooh, it gets to make 3 attacks. Nice. It's gonna just plunge all of its attacks into the steel defender. This is surprisingly harder than it looks. Where's this dude's steel defender in his thing? Ah. I do apologize. I assumed he had his thing in his thingy.
Hey, don't be a coward, hit me! It's trying to get in the front.
They would be the extra tab if they have the stick.
Yeah, it's not for in this case. I'm just getting a new.
Those steel defenders. Things that is bugged in D&D Beyond and doesn't act as it's supposed to do.
I've just got a thingy. Alright. 5. Okay, so only one of the beasts or the sea lion's attack actually affects the steel defender. As you see, it uses its massive claws to kind of swipe at it. Finally, not doing as much damage as I would have thought, but you can't really ask for much. And that will move on to the next sea lion. Now, this sea lion, being pulled by you, Rain, it is kind of peeved off, so it will go for you. Going to use all of its attacks on you. Disadvantage, am I correct?
Yep.
Alright, that is an 8 for the bite. There's an 8 hit.
You'll have to try harder than that, my friend. Come on.
No.
Yeah,
Then we got a 10 and 11 for the claw attack.
yeah, no, he's just like Cola's right. It does look like he's dancing as he's just sort of ducking and weaving easily. And, all right, it'll be my turn soon enough. And he's getting ready with his quarterstaff.
Having like a small ballet dance with these things, just casually dodging its bites and claws.
Yeah. He's just fighting a fish as far as he's concerned. This is just an overgrown fish that needs to be taught a lesson.
Alright. We move on to Lily, who I am also playing as. But I didn't chat with Lily beforehand. And Lily will try and climb up the mast. So she's gonna make an acrobatics check. Hey, not bad. Yeah, I am rolling extremely high for you guys.
Yay!
Alright, so you see Lily just kind of freak out a bit as these two massive sea lions get on board, slightly tipping the ship with their weight. So she just goes ahead and climbs the mast to the second level of the beam, and it's just holding on for dear life.
Inspiration!
Jeez, I mean, does she have any left at this point? It's.
I'm looking
I had
now.
to use my belt to get my key points back.
I have never used a bard before, and yes, she does. What do you know? So yes, once she gets to the top of the mast, she will use her bonus action to cast Bardic Inspiration on Kola. So Kola, you have
1d6.
of inspiration. Goodie for you. And then that will be the end of her turn. Inarin, it is yours.
As Narayan is busy emptying his guts out, and then he looks up, and then the ship rocks a bit more. He gets a bit more woozy, and and then he notices the giant monster's like, all right, gotta keep this down. Just gonna jog over to you, take a bow shot against this one over here.
Alright.
Let's see. Let me try to remember how this character works. Ah, yes. Take a bow shot. Alright. So that's going to be a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
Awesome. So 10 piercing, and again, my Drake enchants the arrow mid-flight for an extra d6, I believe. Let me just double sure. Yeah, d6.
Your Drake.
Yes. So that's an extra 2 lightning damage against it.
Now here's a question.
Yeah.
Because these things are guaranteed to be covered in water. Would the lightning damage technically do more damage?
That's up to you, Mr. DM.
Hmm.
Does it do more damage?
I am asking you guys. but I will.
That is up to you. I mean, that's what would be considered vulnerability. Like, you know, how some creatures have resistances.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a vulnerability to something, then they would take double damage from it. So it's up to you. But I don't think most things do. I think they're pretty sparing on actually putting vulnerabilities on like NPCs and monsters and stuff. So it's kind of one of those fun flavor things.
Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna roll a dice. Choose odds or evens.
Even.
Sorry, it's an odd.
Ah.
Alright, so unfortunately, the water does not increase lightning damage, but it still does shock this massive beast to its core as the arrow sinks into its shoulder, and it takes 12 points of damage. Well done.
Awesome.
Nero, we should chat. I'm pretty sure we could come up with a cool combo move.
All right. Bonus action. Send my Drake in to attack the sea lions. That'll go onto its turn. Moves 30, 35 feet over and attacks the same one that I was attacking.
Okay. Go ahead, roll.
So a normal bite attack. I think it's already did the math for it. Just give me a sec. Yes, it did. All right. Roll. No, whoops. Roll twice. So
All right.
15.
15 just hits.
Awesome. And damage. So it would be it also calculated. Awesome. Another 5 points of. I think it's messing up the math here. Let me just recheck.
You are right, Yuna. And the Drake does get advantage, but you want to try and get that 20?
Well, the second attack is there anyway, so it's right
Alright.
underneath the first one. So yeah, it's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Cool. As your Drake dashes forward, pretty much latches onto the sea lion's tail as it's just swinging around.
Yeah,
The sea lion takes 5 points of damage. Well done.
awesome. It's pretty much a small scratch to the sea lion because this my little Drake is still pretty small.
A pain, we shall call it.
Yes.
Alrighty, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, indeed it does.
Does your Drake, do you ever feed it fish? Because I feel like this is like the bounty that it has. Because I'm not sure if we mentioned, but last time we pulled up a full net of fish with one of these things in it that was trying to catch the school of fish. That's sort of how we caught it. So there's a bunch of flopping fish on the deck as well.
Oh yeah, its eyes are definitely looking at it like, ooh, I want to eat that.
Only going for the biggest. Nice. Alright. Next up, it is Yennefer's turn. This dude, let's see, what does he have? Interesting, very interesting. Yanni is just going to use Alex as the little dagger that he has and throws it at the beast. Oof. Natural one. As he kind of just throws way off as the dagger just kind of sails into the ocean.
Oh no!
Some of you guys do notice like the little dull dagger just swimming back on top of the water, just swimming as it's
Wait,
climbing
it's
back.
swimming back to the boat like it's alive.
It's a returning weapon.
Oh,
And it's a
I've never
doll.
realized why he named his weapons before, but actually it's finally starting to make sense.
Yeah, so it's a doll with the dagger, and it's just swimming back and climbing back on board. It quickly runs back to him. And that he's just going to sigh, kind of annoyingly, and order his steel defender to make it an attack. Let's see, the steel defender. Ah, there it is. Steel defender is going to use its attack. It does have 2 attacks, right? The steel defender. I'm looking at a sheet and I don't see it. Weird.
If he has.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think we'd have that yet. Most things only get extra attack at level 5.
Alright, so steel defender goes for a power punch. I got a 17 to hit, and it's just going to smack the sea lion that went for it. Let's see, how much damage does it do? Oof. Sadly, it doesn't do that damage, as the smack is more like a bitch slap instead of a proper whack. But still, he did 3 damage to the sea lion. Well done. Alright, next up, it is Yuna.
Well, she's going to sidle up next to this one and go in with her rapier.
Go ahead, roll for an attack.
Yikes.
See, that one's
That's a
alright.
no. The twins are having a bad first round.
Yeah.
Oof.
Do you guys rust easily or something?
No, they're both seasick as well.
You need to install the sea legs separately. It's a whole other attachment.
And that will be my turn.
So Yuna, as you go ahead to try and stab the sea lion, the ship kind of hits a wave and it throws you off guard as you nearly hit the steel defender, but luckily the thing isn't that big, so your blade just kind of scrapes on its surface. You don't do anything, but don't worry. Alright, next up, the Great Cola.
The great cola, after finishing his fish, starts flapping, flies above the sea lion. One just decides to be like flying there, and then pulls out his sword. Just basically let gravity do its job, and to see if he can basically trying to pin the neck.
Alright. Ooh, 16 hits.
Yep. Just comes like a needle down into its neck. Then decides this is a good place to be. Pulls out the shield. Then just sticks the feet down into the sea lion. And that's it.
Alright. The cola flies up, drops down with his sword, pretty much stabs the sea lion in its neck. Unfortunately, the tip just like barely digs into the wood, so it doesn't pin the thing down. But the sea lion still rears back and roars in pain as you just simply hold out your shield, ready for what's to come. Pretty nice. Rain, it is you.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, Rain is gonna just smile at Cola at his jumping attack, and then just follow up with his quarterstaff or his bowstaff, and that's 14 to hit. Oh wait, but I've got flanking.
Yes. Well, no, not flanking. You've got. No, you don't have flanking.
I am flanking with the Drake.
Eh?
Yeah, the Drake's over there.
The Drake is directly opposite the enemy I'm attacking. If
Yeah,
you
but
can
they're
draw a
both.
line between you, the enemy, like to your ally, that means it's flanked.
Ah, but
So,
that's weird. They're both facing you, so I don't
yeah,
see how that is
yeah,
flanking.
because that's how flanking works. If they're on, if you've got two allies on opposite sides, because bear in mind all of the stuff that is happening, like they can turn around as much as they want in that fight. But we're both attacking at the same time, so they're distracted from behind, giving me advantage.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I mean, flanking's an optional rule. You don't have to use it if you want, but I think all of us are pretty used to
Yeah, that.
Is
using it.
Pythagoras
To be honest.
also optional rule, Dev?
Yeah, that was a first for me. I've never heard of that rule before, but we'll go with it.
used it the entire time we played in Kate's campaign and in all of the level 20 games.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no memory of us flanking in Kate's campaign.
That's also true. We didn't do
It-
much combat in her
it-
campaign.
It probably happened when I wasn't there.
No, it's something that you don't even pay much attention to. It's just the DM goes, no, you you have advantage, you're flanking. And you go,
Alright.
okay.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
goes both ways though. You can use it on us as much as you want.
yeah, if there's an enemy on either side, if you can draw a line through the enemy to an ally, then you're flanking it. And
Alright.
if they on within melee range.
Alright.
We'll
Well,
after, but
a
so that
20
would
hit.
be a 20 then.
Yeah, 20 hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
You are still going for the one that you pulled.
Yeah, I'm going for the one that Cola just hit as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to smash that one on the head. And then, assuming it's still alive, I'm going to try and bring an axe kick down on its head.
Go ahead, you can try. Ooh, 23 hits.
Yeah, the 23 will hit. But then that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage on that one.
Cool, cool.
And then I'm going to use another key point to flurry of blows and get one more attack.
Awesome.
Damn, the power of monks.
13, nothing yet.
Monk bullshit to the rescue.
Oh, okay, and another 6 on top of that.
Damn, okay.
So he just like spins the staff around, smashes down into its head, but as it sort of slides down onto the wood, he lifts himself up into the air like monkey staff style, and then drops down with a double kick onto its head, and just flows back into where he's standing and looks all chuffed at Cola next to him, and that's my turn.
Wow, okay, so after all that barrage of attacks, you see the sea lion is just kind of dazed almost as it's trying to recover from what just happened. It is looking bad, but not serious where it would want to run away. Alright, cool, and that is the end of your turn?
Yep.
Cool. It's the sea lion's turn. Alrighty. Yeah. Yuna, this sea lion that you tried to stab caught notice of the glint of your what's the name of your bloody weapon?
It's just a rapier. She hasn't given it any fancy names.
I was thinking of a lance or something. I don't know why.
The lawn.
Anyways.
Oh, you're most likely thought about the lawns of launching it. That is a whole nother character.
Probably. Anyway, so it caught like a shiny glint from your rapier as it turns its head towards you and goes for a bite. That is. Ooh, natural 20.
Ouch.
Oof.
Oh no, they've got a taste for dole.
Wow.
It's woody.
They've been gnawing on driftwood for so long, they think that's what food is.
And a natural 20 is just double damage, right?
Double the dice.
Oof. Okay, wow. Yuna, you take 19 points of piercing damage.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, indeed.
So as your rapier is like, as you're pulling back your rapier, you see this thing's massive head just turn to you and bite down on your shoulder, as it nearly like rips a piece of your wood off. And it's gonna go for a claw attack on you and Steel Defender, as it like feel a beast in a corner. Oh no, wait! It has.
Is it
Wait,
disadvantage
which one?
from the steel
This one
defender?
has that disadvantage, right?
The one within 5 feet of the which have this one. I can't recall all of the artificer abilities.
Okay, now I'm trying to think which one has the disadvantage.
Well, the steel defender attacked the same one that Yuna's attacking, or that's attacking Yuna.
Yeah.
Was
But
it that gave it disadvantage? I missed that.
Wasn't it something that you did that gave them disadvantage with your?
No, you think about the patient defense, which dodge.
Oh yeah,
Disadvantage
no,
on
that
you.
was just me dodging their attacks. That was only against me. I didn't. Yeah, that was just from me dodging, but I don't know if unless Nero did
I
something
think it
with the
is
Drake.
this thing you think about.
Yes, it is the
Oh.
deflect attacks.
Oh, that's cool. They actually steal defenders. That makes sense.
Okay.
Gets in the way.
The beast is within 5 feet of that. So Yuna, you may actually not have a natural 20. Oh no, you still do, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, you still took a natural 20 from that. You still took a natural 20 bite. I'm sorry.
This is what it is.
It is what it is.
Don't apologize for killing players, man. It's all part of the game.
Luckily, that is a 10 on a claw attack towards you, Yuna.
Miss.
Haha, that's a miss. And unfortunately for the steel defender, the sea lion got 2 18s in a row. I mean, these things are tough. But thankfully it rolled poorly on damage. Ooh. So the sea lion thrashes around, it takes a nice chunk out of Luna. It kind of lifts up on its fin, goes for 2 claws. It thankfully misses Luna as she gracefully dodges out of the way, but the steel defender, being heavy and clunky, still got hit. And that will be the end of the sea lion's turn. The next sea lion. Now this one is going to go for you, Cola, with its bite attack as its head kind of unnaturally rears back over itself. I am going to say it has disadvantage because it is getting at an awkward spot. So that is a 12 to hit.
Cola lad. Weakling. Kneel down to the great Cola.
Your character cracks me up every. Alright. It misses with that. But what it is going to do now is 2 claw attacks. One against you, Rain, and another still trying to get you off its back, Cola. Rain, you didn't take the dodge action after your turn, correct?
No, it's regular rolls against me.
Alright, it's still a disadvantage for you, Cola. Rain, that is a 22 to hit. Cola, that is an 11. Oops.
That'll hit Rain.
Cool, cool. Oof, you take 16 points of slashing damage.
Ow, little shit. This thing's got sharp claws. Holy shit. Ow.
You must clearly work hard, and you may be as great as Cola, so such a thing cannot even hope to hit you even in your dream.
Why did you prove your greatness and kill the damn thing already?
The great Cola killed everything quick. half of the world would already be dead in one strike.
True,
It's that
true.
Superman speech of like, I live in a world of cardboard.
Alright, that will be the end of that sea lion's turn. We move on to Lily. Let's see, Lily, what can you do for action?
Miss Lily is in the chat now.
She is, or however, she's listening, so she can't join yet. She's
Ah.
listening in.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes. Lily is going to cast Hideous Laughter on the sea lion that just hit you, Rain. Okay, I have this joke in my mind, although I don't know if it will stick. So, sea lion, after this, do you think you'll be finished? It needs to make a wisdom saving check. However, it does have advantage, so. And sadly, it got a 19, so it does not get affected by the hideous laughter. It just pays Lily no mind, as it still focuses on you two. And that will be the end of her turn. Inarin, it is your turn. Yeah, Inarin,
Oh,
you
sorry.
alive?
Did you forget
Yeah.
who you were again?
Yeah, sorry. My brain kind of just turned off for a minute there. Right. So then Orion is gonna just move over to the side of you and take a bow shot against the leftmost one over here. Hey, net 20.
Ooh, nice, nice.
Disappointing crit, but you know what? It's fine. But as the arrow flies through again, my Drake is going to enchant the arrow with a bit of lightning damage, and I think it doubles as well. So I'll roll that real quick.
Nice.
So
Ooh,
another 8 points of lightning damage.
24 points of damage. Damn.
Very nice, very nice. And then I could have actually done more damage, but oh well. Bonus action, I'll order my Drake to continue attacking that same sea lion. I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, bite attack. Oh, that should be at advantage here. So 13.
13 does not hit.
Ah, damn. Alright. Well, that shall be Neuron's turn.
Yeah, so you go ahead, pull back the arrow, loose it. Your Drake cast. Nah, not cast. Your Drake causes the lightning to become electrified as it jabs right into the side of the sea lion, almost in like a vital point. It goes pretty deep, like more than half the arrow goes inside. As the sea lion just suddenly yells and yelps in pain as the electrifying current travels through its body. It is looking bad.
Yeah.
Oof.
Nice.
Who's after me? It's Yuna. No, wait, no. I'll just say,
It's
hey,
the
Cola.
dancing clown.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll shout out to Cola and tell him, hey, Cola, I think you can finish this one off.
Haha. Seeing the pretty much perfect accuracy of the ranger, Yanni is going to step here, line up his shot with his returning weapon once more. Let's see what he gets this time. Ouch.
He's going for the one that attacked Yuna, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, the sea does not fare well with him. Again, he throws, but luckily this time the doll doesn't go overboard. It just hits the side of the deck as it quickly runs on its two little feet back to Yanni. He sighs again, thinking to himself, what am I doing wrong? As he orders his steel defender to go ahead and pummel the thing for his sake. Where is it now? There it is. Yeah. He'll go ahead. That's damage. That's damage. That's not hits. That's there's the steel defender. Got an 18 to the hit. As it, I'm gonna say the steel defender, instead of actually hitting the beast, it kind of just grapples onto the beast and just crushes it a bit. As it's now prone. It is prone, right? Or is it grappled? No, it's grappled.
It's grappled if it is where you reduce it to 0, where you basically are like grabbing a hold of it.
Yes.
A prone would be that you basically flip it.
Yeah. So this sea lion is now grappled. I do feel like I need to make a contested strength check though. Or is that only for when the sea lion wants to escape?
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing for a grapple, to see if the grapple actually succeeds, or to do it to escape from the grapple.
Let me first see if it does succeed. And what do you know, it does, huh? Steel defender is stronger than it looks. So yes, the steel defender has the sea lion by the neck as it's just holding it. And yeah, it did alright-ish damage. Yuna, it is now your turn.
Well, Yuna's looking a little rough, so she is going to bonus action disengage and put some distance between her and the hard-hitting assholes.
Alrighty.
She's going to fire at it with her short bow instead. Nice.
Very
Math
nice.
20. Go ahead, roll damage.
That steel defender just holding it in place, like making a
Yeah.
target for you.
A perfect shot.
And that wails from the grave, basically just all around the sea lions you hear this basically screams of the damned echo, and the 3 necrotic damage goes to the other sea lion.
Damn, okay.
Oh god, these things are cursed. What the
And so Yuna, you go ahead, fire your crossbow. It jabs into the side of the sea lion. Thankfully, due to the steel defender holding it still, it was a pretty easy shot. As the wails of the dam sound all around, you kind of creep out a few of your party members. As the necrotic damage just goes over to the other sea lion and just weakens it even further. Very nice, very nice. Cola, it is your turn.
The great Cola turns his sword into the shield and retrieves hand axe and hits the shield with a hand axe, and it changes shape to a hand axe. Funny enough, Ola now have 2 hand axes. No benefit from that. He starts hacking at this one. Just going down with both of them.
Go ahead, roll damage.
Nope.
And no,
You
but
are flanked.
yeah, and you're on top of the thing, so I'll say you have advantage.
Let's just roll and see. But you
Oof.
know what? Yeah, it's a good time to use the bardic thingy.
Yes, it is. Go
Look
ahead.
there!
Hey.
16 hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
I already did. It's 5.
Oh, it's only a 5.
Yep,
Aw.
but that's only the first one. Second one, which I have used the one where it does not add the modifier. It is max damage. And I'm pretty sure it's...
Yes, 20 does hit.
Hmm.
So 11 points.
Yes.
So you go ahead, hack at the sea lion on top of it. Your axe goes in pretty deep, but it's not enough to bring down the sea lion, as it's now like on its last few legs.
You should never have challenged the Great Cola. That's you even thought about.
Is that the end of your turn?
I used both my action and my bonus action, so I can't do any more. Not level 4.
Cool. Rain, it is back up to you.
He looks down at Coda, realizing that he hasn't managed to kill him. He's like, geez, these things are harder than they look. And he's going to spin his arms around, go, now for my final trick. And he's going to punch up into the air, and the water that is on the deck around the sea lions is going to whip together and run its way up the mast on one side and up the creature's tail on the other as I cast Water Whip, and it needs to make a dex saving throw DC 17, which I think if it's grappled, I'm not sure that if that has any effect on dex save. I know restrained, you like automatically fail. But,
I posted what it does in the Discord.
yeah, it makes your speed 0, but okay, yeah. So it doesn't.
Doesn't
It would.
do
This would
anything.
technically end the grappled effect because I'd actually be pulling it. But I'm trying to basically pull it up the mast and try and like possibly
Like
tear
throw
it
it
in
over to
half
the
with
other
the
one.
with the steel defender's help.
So you're going for this one?
Yeah, I'm going for that one with the. It needs to make that dex save, DC 17.
Alright. And it got an 8.
Okay, so then it is going to take. Oh, it's going to take 26 points of bludgeoning damage and be pulled 25 feet up the mast.
Okay, wow. That
That was like max damage. That was almost. I got 2 8s and a 10. That was lovely.
is insane.
And then I'm going to
Okay.
try stomp on the other one's neck with my bonus action.
Great Cola allows his state is significant.
For another 7 points of bludgeoning on the one that's on the ground as the other one is hoisted up into the air.
Alright, so you use your water whip kind of, I'm gonna say tie. Oh no, yeah, it's gonna wrap around the sea lion's body. As the steel defender just getting a sense of what you were gonna do, just let go. You whip it up the mast, splinters and pieces of wood go into this thing. The force of the whip hitting it against the mast breaks a few bones in its body. As it takes damage, but to be fair, the other one is looking far worse than it, as it's like barely breathing at this point. Like, I'm surprised it is still alive.
This is the one on the right.
The one on the left is barely alive. The one on the right is looking, it's looking hurt, but not as bad.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, if I had any more key points, I would try and get that one last hit, but that is my turn.
That was an insane thing you did, but wow. Okay, so is this thing still in the air?
Oh, that's a good point. It might fall back down to the deck. I don't know if I can hold it there. Let's see.
Hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, I only pull it, so technically. I pull it 25 feet into the air and then it would crash back down onto the deck, I suppose.
Hmm. Roll me a d8.
No. Okay.
Oh. These things have the name line in them for a reason, as it kind of acts like a cat and lands on its feet. However, its weight still causes it pain as it takes 1 point of falling damage also. I was hoping it would do more, but you get what the dice rolls. Alrighty, it is now the sea lion's turn. This thing, having been chucked into the air, is now pissed at you, Rain, as it is going to sink in a bite and a claw towards you.
Yeah, he's going, I really thought I could hold you up there. Shit. It's like it was
And
going so well until that very last moment. Oh, God.
now I only saw this now. I should have looked at these things stats more carefully. Sea lions have advantage on attack rolls if a member of its pack is within 5 feet of it.
Oh, pack tactics. These things could have been so much more deadlier.
Yes. I am glad I noticed that later.
No. Kill us. I want us to die.
No, I don't want you to die. Bloody hell.
Yeah, but
Alright,
they are not
so
kobolds.
that is a 20 to claw and a 16 to bite.
Ah, shit, the claw gets me again. Just,
Damn. Oh no way, but you're within 5 feet of the steel defender.
oh, yeah. Hey,
That
little buddy,
cancels
help me
everything
out.
out. That cancels everything out. So only the claw, well, the first claw roll was a 20, sadly. So the claw still gets you, but the bite was an 11.
What do you mean the first one was it?
So with the sheet, I can't actually have an option to say advantage. So I actually have to manually roll twice. And the first roll for the claw was 20, and the second one was 14.
Yeah, disadvantage, you take the lower roll, not the second roll.
But these
Yep.
things have advantage and plus the disadvantage, so they kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah, we'll just put normal roll then. So the 20
Yeah.
only.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Lu-
the pact. Okay, sorry, I've misunderstood what you were saying. It makes sense.
It's alright. Lucky you, you take 10 points of slashing damage.
Lucky me.
Yeah.
It's alright, I'm good.
As the sea lion is now going to sink in its last claw attack towards the steel defender. Oof, that's gotta hurt. That's 22. Let's see the damn. Okay. 9 points of damage. Steel defender holding its ground just takes a fat claw to the face, as it now has like a scar running across it. But it's a machine, it doesn't feel anything, and it's still standing like a badass. Alrighty, that will be the end of that thing's turn. The final sea lion. This thing being on its last feet and getting the sense that it is going to die here is going to try and make a run for it.
Good luck
So-
doing it.
Cola, Rain, and I'm guessing your Drake all have opportunity attack.
Unless
guys-
it
you
can
guys
use
can-
a disengage action to run off without opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I want this thing to die.
Okay.
I mean, one of you just needs to get a hit on it, and this thing should die. Alright, Cola 13 does not hit.
14.
Barely miss.
Hey.
There we are. So Cola being on top of the thing, its massive body just suddenly jolts and you fall off of it. I'm sorry, Ninarin, but your Drake is still biting in the same spot. It's not gonna do any extra damage. Until finally Rain gets his bow staff and just kind of whacks the thing on its head as it turns around.
Yeah, I like
And
to
that-
picture it's like throwing Cola up, trying to avoid the dragon below, and I'm still getting slashed by the other one where I just like spin around and get that little opportunity to clock it under the jaw.
Yes. And that 7 is more than enough to put this thing out of commission. Congratulations, you killed a sea lion. And that will move us on to Lily's turn. Lily, what shall you do? Let me just quickly read the spell. Yeah. Yeah, this is what Lily's gonna do. Lily is going to use a bonus action and use Healing Word on you, Rain. So Rain, you get... Ooh, nice. 8 points of heal. You get 8 heals. Alright. Yeah. And then she's going to use... See, can this thing actually create a person or can it not? Yep. Lily is going to use Minor Illusion to cast a giant fish between you and the Steel Defender in front of the sea lion, as to try and distract it from the two of you.
Jesus, now there's ghost fish too.
There's the fish.
Halo free.
Yes. And
It's
that
like
will...
all the fish on the ground, and then one just like flops into the air and is floating in front of us. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Ninoran, it is your turn.
Awesome. Yeah, let's see if I can finish off this the last one. He's gonna again take another bow shot. Oh, so close to nat 20, but max damage, so that's not bad. And
How did
again,
you get up?
sorry,
Yeah, I'm just wondering how you got a plus 11 to attack. Damn.
it's called having archery, fighting style, and a +2 bow.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's gonna be 15 total points of damage. And again, Scarlet will enchant the arrow mid-flight for another d6. Oh, I rolled 2d6 by accident. So again, they're both 5 anyway.
Alright, so
So
plus 5
20
more.
points total.
Very nice, very nice.
Again,
You do your...
yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Again, bonus action to order Scarlet to attack the sea lion.
Go ahead.
Damn,
Ah.
my Drake's rolls is not that great today, apparently.
Your Drake has had its fill of seafood.
It's kind of just sitting into the side. It is a bit chubby now.
Alright, Inarin, you go ahead, do your signature move, pull back, loose your Drake, doing its part, enchanting your arrow. As again, the sea lion also feels the sting of the electrifying arrow, and it's not looking worse.
Awesome.
Cool. Yennefer will rush over to his sister, making sure that she is okay, but will first throw Alex again. Still trying to get that one hit. Let's see. It is not Yennefer's day, as he throws Alex and still misses. Again, the doll hops onto its feet and runs back to him. He orders the steel defender to finish the sea lion as it goes ahead. Kind of raises its hand above its head and just brings it down. 16 hits. It brings it down onto the sea lion's head, just smashing its head into the deck. It didn't do as ordered, but it did its best, as the sea lion is now looking pretty bad. Yuna, it is your turn.
She's going to peek around her brother and shoot at it once more with her short bow.
Go ahead, roll damage. Attack. Well, you can still roll damage. 16 hits. Very nice. So you go, it is 11 to... No, you didn't sneak. So it's 8.
No, she gets the sneak attack because we're within 5 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You go ahead, load your crossbow, peek out from your brother as he's still checking you over, making sure that you're okay. You fire, and your bolt peers straight into the sea lion's heart as it just suddenly flops to the floor, limp. Congratulations, you have killed the beast.
Nice shot, Yuna.
Look, Ray, could learn from Lady Yuna.
Whew. Those things were... They slashed pretty damn hard. I think this... I'm gonna have to purify this. Everyone doing okay?
I'm mostly fine. It's just a bit of seasickness.
You guys see Lily climb down from the mast as the captain just kind of walks up to you guys, just standing in one spot watching the entire thing unfold.
Rain, I might have something that can help you out. And he gets out a, you see, this small little branch of a mistletoe comes out of Neuron's pocket. He casts a small spell as little berries appear on the actual mistletoe. Here you go. This should help you with the wounds.
He will try
As I
to
cast
stop
it.
you. He will try and stop you from casting it on Rain and just say, "Please, I'm doing all right. I think our friend Yuna, arm is falling off. Perhaps you could use that on her. I do very much appreciate it, though. Thank you." And he'll
Just hand it over to her. I cast good berry, by the way.
oh, delicious. Thank you. So I'm sorry, carry on. I cut you off there. What?
No, that's a, I was just giving casting good berry and giving to anybody who wants.
So you create like a vine of berries. Sorry, I thought you were casting something on Rain.
No. I was just passing it on using a piece of mistletoe as the berries appear on it, and I was handing it to you.
Oh no, that's great. He'll take a berry. Oh, this looks delicious. Thank you so much. You know, would you like some? You know, offer it up.
Yeah, there are 10 berries in total. Each heal 1 hit point.
I could probably
Rain
use
will
a
only
few.
take one. He's seeing how damaged you look.
Yeah, she's literally sitting on 3 hit points.
Oh, Jesus. I missed that.
I will say, while you and Yanni were there in the front, after the whole fight, Yanni would have cast Mending on you. I'm not too sure how that relates in terms of dice for hit points.
I mean, can we just all sort of take a rest? We've caught a decent haul of fish here. We've got 2 dead sea lions. I think we can take a breather, maybe.
You see Scarla absolutely going to town on the fish right now.
Yeah, his Mending only gave you 6 hit points. Yuna.
Well, anything is better than nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Can we maybe do a short rest and then Yanni can do proper repairs like with hit dice?
Yeah, the captain will kind of just walk up to the middle of you guys with his hands on his hips and he's like, "So you guys done having your fun?"
Well, we just did protect your boat from giant sea lions.
Aye, and I appreciate it, but there's a job to do. Those of you who aren't hurt can work. The rest of you looks over to Yuna. Yeah, you guys can.
Rain sort of laughs like, bro, look at all the fish we just caught.
If you want Rain, you can do me a perception.
Yeah, did the sea lion eat off?
Yeah, to see if you've noticed what the captain has noticed. Yeah, I'll say with a 13, you are about to say something, you look down and you see the amount of fish that you thought you caught were actually just the sea lions. So, you didn't catch that many.
And Scarla is pretty much eating the remaining amounts of small fish.
Wait, are you saying there were no small fish?
Oh no, there were, but not as many as you thought. As in, the sea lion took up most of the space in the net, so you didn't catch as many.
Alright, is that net broken now?
Oh yeah, that net is torn to shreds. I mean, the sea lion literally used its claws and mouth to tear open a wave.
Well, I'll go and help see if Yanni can mend that as well. But he's definitely gonna need to take a breather. It's been a long day.
Alright, so those of you who want to, you can take a short rest. If you don't, you will be expected to work, as the captain still has a few fresh nets lying about.
You see, Naran is still very pale. He does not have sea legs.
Captain just shakes his head towards you, tosses the net out into the ocean. So can I get a quick head count on who's not resting?
I'm not resting.
Alright, it would be Cola. Cola, are you resting?
Cola is resting. He's fixing his shield. busy fixing that.
All right.
Plus,
Lily will.
plus I can use some abilities back.
All right. Lily will walk up to you, Ninarin, and she will say some like soothing words just to try and help with your thing. But
Cool.
mixed in with those words, she actually cast a spell and used lesser restoration. So you're no longer sick.
Oh, excellent. The color comes back to Naran. He says, "Oh, thank you, Lily. I feel so much better."
No problem. Um, I'll say an hour has passed. Unless you guys want to do anything before I continue.
Any checks for the people that are currently working on the show?
Yes. So, Ninaran, are you going to be helping the captain?
Yeah, I'll be helping out.
Cool. I will say make me a survival check.
Raw. Only a 12.
Yeah, you toss the net out into the ocean, you pull it back. You catch some fish, but it's not as many as you expected. You look over to the captain and you see the flawless form of him tossing the net. The thing pretty much goes flat as it hits the water, pulls back, and you see it's full with fish. You get a sense that this dude has been fishing for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Lily is also gonna try with the survival. It's yeah. Lily takes a moment to watch the captain and what he does and tries to mimic him. She gets it slightly, much better than Uninaran. I would say pound for pound, she caught about 20 pounds more of fish than you did.
Alright.
Anyone else, if you want to toss a net into the ocean to try and catch some fish, go ahead, roll me survival.
That was healing for me, so.
No worries. Alright. I'm assuming no one else is going to. Actually, no one else would. Cola's resting, Rain is resting. Yanni is too worried for you, sister. Alright. So about 2 hours have passed, and thanks to the efforts of Minarin and Lily, you guys have caught a surprising amount of fish in the amount of time that you had. It's now that the captain goes back to the wheel and starts shouting at you guys. If there's anything else you'd like to do it now, because we're gonna head back soon.
We did go fishing at the shipwreck, right?
Yes.
Well, I think we'd better go take a look while we're here. I promised to bring back a whole heap of fish, or I could just try and catch some now.
Well, you better do it now.
Tell you what, these sea lions look like they'll make good eating. Let's see what else is lurking down there in the wreck. Eh? And he looks to the rest of his clearly seasick party to see if they want to go for a swim.
I think a little swim in the ocean is gonna be good. Very refreshing.
As long as we tie something to me so we can haul me back up, I can go down as well.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure I can help you swim, but I guess that's probably not a bad idea. how many of you actually are decent swimmers?
Nope. Well, I can swim, but not very quickly. Probably not as quick as you.
Great Cola can swim. Though it
Really?
doesn't. Of course he can. But the Great Cola can do all he set himself to. He may not do it in a haste, but of course. Need to.
And Lily will just back off a bit. Like, nah, sorry, I would swim, but it's I don't think I'm comfortable swimming in these waters when those two things attacked us. Just gestures to the sea lion.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, tell you what, if you see any more, try and make a noise and get them away from us, or at least, I don't know, but I'm sure there'll be something you can do. But as for the rest of you, and he'll just lift his hand up and pull 2 globules of water out from the sea, and he's just going to say, I've never actually tried this, but should I try and make a little, like, bubble helmet for you?
Well, we can give it a try. But better than swimming down and suffocating down there.
All right, well, I mean, he sort of just thinks about it for a second, and he goes, all right, well, here we go. And he just looks at Cola and, like, blasts him in the face with this globule of water as he tries to shape it around your head. And he tries to basically shape an air bubble around. I'm not sure if this is going to work.
Mm,
Colan's getting tired. He just walks over to like backpacks and he thinks, oh, then goes a little bit round in it and then like out a little cloak, ring and puts it on. Then around like the cloak like a scarf around his neck and it's like, I think I'm good. Then jumps
well,
in.
you probably should have said something before I blasted you in the face with what. All right, Naren, want to try this? And you don't need to breathe, right, Yuna?
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, give it a try. Let's see if this works.
uh, who's going to be tying the rope around Yuna?
I imagine that. I think Yanni has some rope and Yuna has rope, so I think they would have tied that together to make it longer.
There's plenty of rope on the ship, so an issue of who had it.
And so, yeah.
Alright, Yuna, make me a dexterity check with advantage. Hmm, 22, nice. With the help of your brother, you kind of tie a rope around your shoulders and your waist. And fairly secure, like this thing isn't going to budge even if a tornado happened to grab a hold of it.
But what if the Great Cola decides to cut it?
Ish, then that's her problem, not yours. Alright.
Okay, so does this thing work if I shape water into a sphere around his head?
I will say yes, but he will have very limited oxygen.
Well, we can hold our breath for a pretty decent amount of time underwater.
Yeah, it will work for like him holding his breath and then taking in 1 or 2 breaths and then holding again. So I'll say, and in Oren you would have about 10 to 15 minutes of oxygen down there.
That's fine. Very doable.
Yeah, that's all right. And look, if he'll pull it, he'll pull it off once we've established that this is actually working. And I mean, I could make a larger one. It'll just take a bit more effort. But are you all right with that? You don't get too claustrophobic or anything?
Oh no, this is fine. Yeah, this could work. It's definitely a unique way of using that spell. I haven't seen it before.
Well, I mean, the water is the most adaptable element after all. And he'll step up onto the side to just peer down to see if Cola's drowned yet.
Cola, you will see like he has basically like he's like swimming under the water pretty fine, and it has like a fine little bubble that seems to originate from the scarf, like scarf basically being like, you know, the insulating part.
Oh, look, it looks like some magic practitioners have thought of this as well. Cool cloak, Cola. Shall we? And he just jumps over.
And Neron takes off his some of his more heavy clothes. Pretty much only has a little bit of leather chest plate on. Takes off his boots and just dives into the water.
Cool.
So yeah, okay, cool.
So Rain will sort of wait on the surface until Nero's in the water, and then just fold the water from the around her over your head.
Neron's a guy.
Around him, sorry. I'm so used to you playing female characters that
Why do you
mixed up
think
your
he's?
pronoun.
Why do you think Cola has referred to him as Mira all the time?
You know, Cola's got his own thing. But yeah,
Alright.
let's go. I assume Yuna's probably already making her way down.
Oh, yeah, Yuna jumps in and she just thinks.
Like a rock.
Yeah. I would say, Yuna, your arms are like crossed as you're tapping the water as you're still sinking, just watching the others, like waiting on them. Alright, I think it would be best that we take a small break real quick.
Awesome. Fortunately, my Drake cannot breathe underwater.
Oof.
Oh, you didn't get him a cool scarf like Cola?
Of course not.
And like, so happy, like that's the only magic like, Cola has. I was like, yes. May not happen, but in case you ever go underwater.
Yeah, it's not an opportunity you get in every campaign.
Yeah, I was confused until I actually looked at your character sheet and saw a scarf of breathing, and I was like, oh wow, this
Yes.
man is prepared.
And like, yeah. And next time you will see me pull out Excalibur. No, I will not, because that weapon. That's like, show that to a barbarian, like tell them that enemy has that weapon. They just be like, oh, I'm out of here. They can't hurt that enemy.
Cool. I'm gonna make a quick coffee. Be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well.
Hello, Lily. You joined during the break.
Hey guys. Yes, sorry.
I hope I played your character as you would have during the fight.
Well, each time you use a spell slot, it was like a stab in my heart.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh,
I did
Janelle is
what
back.
I did what I thought needed to be done. I've never played your kind of class before.
That bard is super.
Shh.
So we are not in a
Oh.
tavern, so it's pretty hard.
Hmm.
What else?
I'm
What?
surprised to see the captain still lives.
Yeah, my original plan was to kill him off, but you guys were distracting the beast too well. So
He lives
he's
only
still
by the
alive.
grace of Cola.
Yeah, he's still alive. I'm gonna have to think of something to do with him.
Can we make him into a pimp?
Why do you want to make him into a pimp?
Come on, man. Like, how many can say like we have a brothel?
Okay, I'm not curious of this idea. How would this work?
Well, let's say it's when he is operating in international waters, that
Mm-hmm.
the law of the kingdom doesn't apply to him. So if the kingdom, let's say, they ban all the brothels, well, he have a brothel in the sea.
Mm-hmm. An underwater broth. Please think of that. Like, how would one achieve such a feat?
An underwater one.
That's
That...
what I heard.
no.
Did I hear wrong?
I said underwater, but underwater. I could explain that, but holy shit. Then you just have like what would it call, like a kingdom, or basically a huge air bubble or a sphere where basically there is air, and since that is underwater, well, it is a brothel. It's just about making the sphere huge enough.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, any chance those seals are the one that the bounty was about something in the water that was giving the fishermen some troubles? I
You
hope.
guys will have to find out when you get to the bounty board.
And always prepare for the chance of swimming. Always be.
Uh, we at least should have one body to provide as an evidence.
And you've got two, so
Yeah.
you can do what you want.
Unless Cola's greatness obliterated it from existence.
Name not back, right?
No, Cola did not flex his muscle and destroy it with muscle mist.
Well, no offense, Mr. Great Cola, but I don't think you were as great as you were in that fight. No offense.
You merely don't see. Cola took everything, basically, not teaching others. That would mean that students, nothing. Cola in his greatness cannot allow that.
I see.
By the way, you used hideous laughter and one healing word, right?
I already ticked them off.
Oh,
Yeah, I used I used 2 first level spells and 1 second level.
but I'm amazed.
how that seal got 19 on wisdom save check.
They actually have advantage on wisdom checks. What's it called now? It's called keen smell.
Who smells?
Hey,
These
welcome back.
these sea lions, sea lions.
They smell fishy.
Drink. So after the break, who's going down for the shopping?
Pola, Ninarin, Rain, and Yuna.
Okay, two I know they do have underwater breath, I think.
Oh,
Did the
But
bot
for
leave
that,
on us?
So,
the Nazi
man, there are a lot of
can
bugs
breathe
in this ocean.
underwater.
Cola can breathe underwater. Can swim and breathe.
As far as I know, the only one who can't breathe underwater is Ninarin.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, that's why I didn't send you down. I was afraid.
We have just jumped in though. If there's, I think Rain could change his plan if there's two people going down.
Can you give underwater breather?
I can make a big bubble, but that'll just then I'll just use a key point to shape the flowing river, and I will just create a big block of ice, like a big sphere of ice around you guys, like an egg to drop you down to the bottom. Because then the pressure shouldn't. We're not getting into pressure actually, because then we'll all die. Definitely 100%.
Well, it depends on how deep
No, I will
How
stay on
deep
the ship.
are we going, by the way? Out of curiosity.
Mariana
Yeah, we've got
Trench's
one
button.
scuba diver in the group that I know of,
Yeah.
Yuna, so you'll know.
Yeah, how deep are we going?
About 45 feet down.
45 feet, which in meters is.
I know that's nothing. That's
Oh, that's 13 meters. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
That's like one
Pressure's
swim.
like a non-issue.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
okay. No, that's much. I thought we were like deep sea.
Mm-hmm.
You can always go down to Mariana's Trench if
That's more what I was worried about. You never know in fantasy. It's just.
Don't worry about it.
But that makes sense that we were net fishing. It's not that deep. So shall we? I will then. I can make a giant bubble, and we can all just. I can like walk us down, basically.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you manage to retrieve the treasure, how you are going to hide it from the captain so he doesn't demand a cut?
That is something we'll get to when we get there.
easy. You do it like most prison inmates do. The item that you want the guard to find.
Why don't you just tie it on the bottom of the ship and then when we get back we untie it and take it out?
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
And he won't suspect the ship being kind of dragging.
No, we'll just freeze it to the side. It'll be aerodynamic.
You have already established that not actual.
We'll just put it on the back where there's no actual drag. I mean, the bottom of the ship's probably full of mollusks and things anyway. I doubt adding a little chest to it. We don't even know what we're going to find.
If it's big enough to cause
Hmm.
drag on the ship, I don't think we're gonna be able to get it from the bottom anyway. So I think that's. I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hey?
I should have bought that bag of holding.
So you can build out of that.
Yuna, are you back?
Yes.
Aha.
Sorry, I never actually left. I've
Oh.
just been quiet.
Damn. You fooled me pretty well.
Well, I am the rogue, right?
And well, she's already at the bottom, so.
True.
Like, where are these guys, man? Blub blub.
Okay, so Lily, final check. Are you going to go down with them or not?
If they can take me, sure. If not, I will stay.
Well, rain can just increase the size of the bubble. So
Yeah, if you're just standing like looking over the edge, he'll go, all right then, come on, and lift an arm, and the water will sort of rise just in a ramp towards you up the side of the ship. I mean, it's still just water. It'll kind of freeze along the top, but he's busy creating this bubble.
all right.
I think I will go with that. Then.
All right.
I
So
will leave the water and see.
ooh, sorry, you were a bit glitchy there.
Now, okay.
No, not really.
No, it's. We can tell that what you're saying when you're talking.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit crackly. It's fine.
He basically just simulates the water effect.
Sorry. All right.
Reminds me.
So you all jump down into the water.
Indeed.
The four of you having to swim. For Rain, it's much more natural and comfortable as he pretty much glides through the water. As for Kola, Ninarin, and Lily, I'm going to need you all to make me dexterity checks.
Kola
Well,
has a swim speed of 40.
yeah, Kola and I should be able to swim at the same speed, and the other two, I'm trying to seal them in
Hey.
ice, so they're just sort of in a boulder that's now floating down. Just think,
Ah, okay then.
and then Kola and I can swim next to it, maybe push it if it needs to.
If you guys are going to push it, then I would say that you two would make dexterity check.
Oh, yes.
Let's do it, Kola. Just straight dex.
Yeah, straight deck.
And that's a 20
Let's check
in
size
total.
first. Wait,
That is in total.
Oh yeah.
Alright. So the two master swimmers get behind the giant ball and just kind of push it a little bit faster as you guys descend. By the time you get to the bottom of the ocean, you've witnessed fish swim past. One or two bigger ones, all different varieties and colors. You do see some red ones, some blue that almost kind of fools you as they blend into the background of the ocean. And by the time you get to the bottom, you see Yuna just waiting among the shipwreck.
Totally tapping her foot on the seafloor impatiently.
You not catch. Really done here. Just see this giant ice ball coming towards.
Do you guys see, now that you are closer, you see this shipwreck? A bunch of the ship is missing as you assume it was floating at the top and recovered by passing ships. You do see one or two corpses that still look relatively fresh, but bits and pieces of the flesh are missing as fish and crabs would come by, take a little nibble. A bunch of what's small metal pieces lie on the seabed, partially covered. What do you guys do?
Rain will walk up to the sphere that they're in and he'll wipe across it using a shape water to turn the ice transparent. And you guys are now basically in a giant hamster ball because it remains frozen, so you should be alright.
Yeah, you see Narayan just looking around, looking at how beautiful underwater is. He hasn't been this deep underwater before. It's pretty cool.
Lily is mesmerized with the scenery.
Oh, really?
I can't control
yeah.
my token either.
Yeah,
Why?
Welcome to roll 20.
Whoa there.
Oh my god. Yes, now we have 2 rains. That's even better. Then we can have 2 stunning strikes.
Try that. Give me
No,
the-
still no.
Why won't you? This is. I really don't get this now. It should work every time I place that specific one. I don't get it.
Share screen. Screen. I might figure out. Might be able to figure out what the issue is.
Yeah, we'll say we've had this issue in every D&D game I've ever played on Roll20 that
Oh, that's the
it
thing.
happened.
Like,
Did you? I don't recall us having it in Avernus.
Oh no, that's because I had the problem and I learned how to fix it. I can't remember what the solution was to be honest.
The solution was to change to Foundry. That's the biggest solution.
Yeah.
Controlled by players. Oh, okay. Oh, I see the issue. So just quickly select the token, the actual token that's on the map. Yeah, just open up the settings for it. Present. Okay.
Yeah, that might change though because it does that sometimes where it gives the token different settings to the
Yeah, but it has
actor.
the right stuff there. Hmm.
See,
What
I'm
is the issue?
really confused.
We can maybe try pull our own tokens up.
I pulled mine on, and I've got control over the one I pulled on. So you could just
Yeah, that
delete
works for me
the
too.
other one.
Oh no, I know it's wrong. I know it's bloody wrong.
That's cool. If we pull our own ones on, it works. So just delete our old ones and maybe we can just do that in future. Was that who disappeared?
Which one?
I know what's wrong.
What's the issue?
Everything was on the map layer.
Whoops.
Goddamn. Okay, Curler, you should have control.
I now control 2 colas.
No, 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 you're only allowed one.
Roll 20 cannot contain more than 1 cola.
Exactly.
Just your reflection in the water, honestly. Like,
Now, Rain, you should have control.
yes, I do. Thank you.
The simplest of things.
I still don't have control.
And now I understand why Foundry has like the map layer placed on another layer, like in the bottom.
Now you should,
Yeah.
Lily.
Oh, okay. Thank
Cool. Alrighty.
Okay, so you guys, you should have 25 feet around you. That's how big the ball is.
Damn.
Hey, that's a big ball. Holy shit.
It can, yeah, I can make it a little bit bigger, but I figured, no, well, a sphere, so I guess it's already like rounding at 10 feet.
Mm. So
So
a
it's not like
radius of
in every direction. It's like just around you Or maybe, yeah, maybe that's a bit. It might have been overkill. Maybe it's only 15 feet around. But it was meant to be a large hamster ball, like just so that you can both easily walk around in it.
So, let's see, so something like this. 5, 10,
Oh yeah, I
15.
can just draw a thing.
So something like that.
Yeah, basically.
It's still a bit small, but hey, that'll do. We don't need a big one.
Yeah, I mean you have to be able to roll it as well. So I mean, it's it might not be perfectly round, but he tried. I mean, you seem to use pretty good teamwork up there on the boat. I hope you guys can figure that out.
Yeah, they just need to walk in one direction. That's all. And Neuron just begins walking in that direction to try to get the ball moving towards them.
Lily will see him and just copycat what he's doing.
Now magically move the ball along. Woo. You know, I'm actually quite surprised this is working. I thought ice is a lot more buoyant than this.
Well, yeah, I mean it's you sort of got to keep it so I don't want to crush everything underneath. You don't want to just kill all the life at the bottom.
So true.
You two are providing the weight. Ice does float, yes.
Hold on the top.
Yanni, I mean, you're doing okay there. Can can any of us actually see down here? That's the other thing. I don't have dark vision. I may.
It's only 12 meters down. As long as the sun up above, you'll be able to see just fine.
Yes. The sun at this point of the day, it is like 4 p.m. So the sun is still shining, as it has more of an orange than a yellow glow. So I'll say that each of you have, well, Rain, you have more, but each of you have about 30 feet of sight, while Rain, you have 60.
Seeing the shipwreck that cancel our plan to try to salvage the ship, I think.
Don't know how talented Yanni is at repairing things, but yeah, this one looks pretty screwed.
Hey, look, a chest over there. Let's go open it.
I was going to try see if we can locate any cargo here or there, or if the ship got like big chest or something, or a safe where they might be hiding the gold, if there is a gold.
Can you guys please make me perception rolls then?
Cool. Wow.
Oh.
I mean,
Aww, Koila, come on.
Of course, Rain sees
no,
everything.
look, 3 13s is lucky. Any more than that, you've got to start to worry.
Yeah.
True.
I guess the great scholar can see under the water.
All right.
Yeah, those giant eyes are now like just getting filled with water. That's how your eyes sting when you open them underwater. Imagine what Cola's going through right now.
Oof.
And we're
True.
while Lydia and I are trying to look through a ice ball, which is quite hard to see through, probably.
All right. I will start with the lowest of the low numbers. Cola, you look around You open your eyes under the salt water and it burns you quite a bit. But you do notice a chest in the open, I'll say open lands that you are. I'm assuming you just walk right up to it. Besides from that chest, you don't really see much else. Full rubble and pieces of metal around everything. We'll move on to Ninarin and Lily. Seeing on how you two are in the same ball. You guys look around, you see Cola busy swimming towards the chest. You see a few shiny coins on the like floor bed. But being in your ball, I don't think you guys would be able to get those coins. Apart from those coins, you do see one or two open chests of what looks like to be food and bottles. Nearly all of the bottles are broken, as the water has already washed away their contents and the food is pretty soggy and destroyed. Yuna, you, being the artificial life that you are, you don't get any pain from the salt water, and you look around inside that shipwreck. You see a few more crates and chests. You see one that looks like it was holding some gunpowder. But that gunpowder sadly won't be any use. You see more crates, one that looks pretty intact and another that is broken to bits. And that one looked like it was just containing some basic cargo of spices that kind of made a sort of mound going up to the crate. You see one more crate, and this one is also broken, but it has a bunch of food scattered around it as some of them float to the top of the roof of that shipwreck. Others just fallen to the floor, pretty much destroyed. And finally, Rain. You catch a very particular glint in your eye. As being water, you feel almost at home. This glint doesn't look like any of the shiny coins that you already noticed. It looks like something else, something larger, more valuable. You look at the bottom of the ship that you are on, and you don't really see much regarding that. There isn't any crates that have been destroyed, anything, just the rubble and the wood. You look to the further broken part of the ship, and you see another chest completely intact. What do you guys do?
Great Cola grabs onto this chest and opens it to see what things that could be hiding and maybe belonging in a museum.
Alright. You swim up to this chest. You try and open, but you see that it's locked.
Like pointing towards Yuna, just like stepping a little like to the side, pulling up like pointing towards the lock, and it's like doing like with his feather like inside, and it's like turning around, trying to indicate that he should try to see open it.
I tell Niranan, it look like the salt water doesn't suit the owl. He look acting strange.
Yes, it seems to make him go a bit crazy. Maybe he's suffocating.
I tell him, and that's how the mighty koala had died.
Yes, it's a shame, isn't it?
And thus his
Wasn't very
ballad
good.
has ended.
Even death feared the great cola.
Yuna will go over and take a look at it.
All right.
Take
You
a crack
see,
at that lock.
yeah. You. Hmm. Actually, let's see. What should you roll for the lock?
Lock picking. Thieves too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, she's proficient with it, so dexterity plus proficiency.
Dexterity, please. Plus your proficiency.
And I have expertise, so it's double my proficiency, which is a 4 added to that.
So 20
So
total.
20.
Nice.
You go ahead. You use your lock picks, and it's a fairly basic lock. Not anything special. Even though it's been underwater and you see that rust has started to decay the lock, you pretty much nail it and you get it within like a few seconds. You go ahead, open the chest, and you see it is packed with what looks to be expensive bottles of wine.
Rain sort of swims down behind them just to point out to these two the other chest in the other ship. He just sort of taps them on the back and points it out.
Seeing where he's pointed, Yuna will nod at him and make her way over there.
Cola will quickly go over to the chest, close it, and then like put it on his shoulder, or at least attempt.
Alright. I'll say because you're underwater, you don't need to make a strength. Actually, you wouldn't later on. Now you go ahead, put the chest on your shoulder. Yuna, you're going to lockpick that chest as well.
If it's locked, absolutely.
You go ahead, try and open it. You find that it's locked as well. Please make me a dexterity plus proficiency.
Also, for a quicker way, you can
Plus 4.
go into your inventory tool, then tool, and then set it up correctly, and that way, example. Yep.
Ah, okay.
Wow.
Well, there's one less nap one.
Yuna, you swim up to this lock, and you actually prefer this lock as it gives you a bit more of a challenge. You get a little bit excited as you work, and within 10 seconds, you also unlock this one. As you're opening it, you do notice this chest is a bit more decorative than the one that you opened with Cola. And inside, you find a bunch of gold, as well as. Let me just quickly roll to see how many. Okay. So you see a bunch of gold with what look, from what you can count so far, 7 gems of varying colors, as well as 3 strangely looking bottles. They're not as big as wine or anything. But they look more to be on the potion side, the size. What do you do?
She'll kind of make a waving gesture to Rain to come over and check it out.
Okay, Ren will sort of float up into the air and he'll point to the where he saw the glinting. I didn't see if you pinged that, but he's going to try and point that out to Nira and Lily and just try and get them to roll over there as he goes over to help you.
The glint was roughly over here.
Okay, so yeah, he'll just, as he sort of swims over it, he'll just point down and gesture for them to come over and then swim over to Yuna. Hmm.
She'll make a broad gesture to the chest of gold and various other bits.
Just do a little fist pump, like nice. And I guess, are you asking him to carry it?
She'll kind of point at it, point up towards the ship up above, kind of give him a shrug, and then look at the
Yeah.
rope that she's got tied around her waist, kind
He'll
of
sort of
suggesting,
peer,
should we tie it up?
he'll peer over your shoulder and see Cola like walking with the other one on his shoulder, and just gesture to the trunk and then to Cola and just shrug like, maybe you can carry both.
Cola is like looking, then it's like on his like he just like there a little symbol is like there, and it's like a little rust layers around him, and then he starts walking over and is like, then just with his other is like putting it under and then onto his shoulder, and it's like he holds both of them with his hands, but let's just say much combat is not gonna work unless he uses his feet, which he could do, yes.
That Rain does, like he flexes underwater and you can see him laughing, but like, yes, like, so strong, Cola, and he just sort of gestures like a thumbs up to you.
This just the first room.
As Niran and Lily slowly push the globe towards you guys.
Rain takes great joy in watching this come running towards them.
Their voices actually, we can actually communicate with words down here. And it says, "Hey, so you guys found something down here."
Great eyes. Let's pick hold and see if there's anything inside it.
It's opaque. We can see through it, so we can see them.
Cole has already begun like using his beak to like pick at it.
Niran is just face palming on the inside.
Rain will sort of point down to where he saw the glinting and just give you like the two fingers to his eyes to there. Like, just check it out.
Do either of you check it out?
Yeah, Niran will come towards him and try to look.
Alright. Ninaran, I'm going to need you to roll me a d6, please.
D6, okay.
Roll it. 5.
4.
4. Alright. So as the giant ice ball kind of rolls over, it pushes away some of the dust on the bed. And that glint turns out to be a spear.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yeah, Neuron points towards the spear.
Rain just gestures like he does a little circle with his fingers, and he's like, "Shall I cut a hole for you to get it?" It should be wedged in the sand there, right?
Yes. It's wedged between the ice and the sand.
No. You can give it to me on the surface.
He shrugs, like, "Okay."
So that someone can grab it, Yuna will start pushing the ice ball off of it.
Just see Nero, like, the silhouette sort of go up above as it starts rolling back. Like, oh, bye.
I tell Niran that we might need to go up and lower a rope so we can holler things on the surface of the ship. Because it's now easy under the water, but above, no. They will feel the full weight.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm also confused.
No, we need to lower a rope so we can pull things down from the water. Now, under the
Oh.
water, they don't feel the weight because how things are under the water. But
Yep.
the chest will be very heavy to try to remove from, let's say, from the water to the surface of the ship.
Yeah. So
Oh.
right now, the only rope attaching you guys to the ship is the one tied to Yuna.
Yuna, the anchor.
Yeah, that does remind me. There is an anchor with its rope and metal piece stuck to the floor. You guys do see that the rope to the anchor tightens. Is it for those of you who are keen and sharp? It's kind of a message to hurry up.
Well, how about we just attach the chest to the anchor? And then when he brings it up, it can be still hooked into the anchor, and we don't have to worry about it. And then when we get back to port and the anchor goes back down, we just grab the chest off.
Sounds like a good idea.
Alright, so what do you guys do? You're going to try and tie that chest to the anchor?
Not a bad idea.
I mean, we're outside the sphere, so you guys will have to communicate that to us. Rain is busy digging through the dirt trying to get whatever this shiny thing is.
I mean, we can just tell you guys. I'm pretty sure sound can go through the ice.
Yeah. I mean, everyone outside the bubble would hear you guys still perfectly fine. As sound is just vibrations, so.
Yeah. It's actually not impossible to actually talk underwater. It's tricky, but you can still understand each other.
I do like the miming. Like Rain, I think can actually communicate underwater anyway. I think he can just speak through water, or that might be a different thing actually.
The thing that
Oh no, I think that's a warlock thing, not
no
a
no
Genasi thing.
the thing you think that having water breathing enables the
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that makes it feels like that makes sense for Rain to be able to communicate. But either way, he's enjoying the like charades with Yuna, so he's going with it. But yeah, then if we could hear that whole conversation, he'll give a thumbs up, like, yeah, good idea. I'm gonna say, I can freeze them to the anchor if you want. But first I gotta get whatever the fuck this is.
Alright. So, Rain, you go ahead. You kind of just like wave off some more of the sand on the bottom, and it reveals the spear even more. There's a bit of gold inlays on the blade as well as going all along the handle. And you get a +1 spear. Yay.
Ooh, a spear. He looks very chuffed with this find. He pulls it out and shows it to Cola, very excited.
Very fine stick. Not the legendary Gunganir.
I mean, it's a sharp stick. I think I could do some cool things with this. And he'll say, right, shall we get to that anchor then? And he'll use it like a trident as he pushes off.
Don't let Cola anchor you down. Just walks towards the anchor.
Yeah.
I
So
see the anchor over there.
yeah, we'll say that that is the anchor, even though that's the
It's a
ruin
sunken
of one.
anchor.
Yeah. So this is the anchor. You guys make your way to the anchor.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I was adding the item. Where is it?
It's right here. We're using this ruin one as the actual anchor.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Me and Iran just following them in the bubble, just.
Choo choo!
Not a train.
And sprints back to run on top of the bubble and try help you guys along.
They were struggling at first, but thanks to your help, they're all right. You've helped the hamsters.
hamster team.
Yeah.
Cola looks back and it's like, wanna see if we can find a trench and try to push that hamster wheel down?
Ren gestures to his ears like, sorry, I can't hear. Oh, boy. Move over. How are we attaching these? Oh, shall we put them on one side so it doesn't smash against the side of the ship when they bring it up?
I think just try tie it on. I think nobody will look at the anchor.
Alright, what are you guys gonna use to tie it on?
Need rope.
Well, I was just going to try and freeze it on there. But, yeah, some rope probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, Cola is like trying to like, but one of his left chest is like the rope around Yuna. Not using that. That should work.
I do have rope in my backpack, but I probably left that on board.
Cola has rope also. He left it. Cola he decides like, okay. He puts down the two chests like on the anchor, then quickly swims up, goes up to his backpack, is like grabbing the rope. Not sure how much they need, and then just jumps down and comes swimming down And now we have rope.
Alright, so who's going to be the one tying the chest to the... Are you tying both chests or just the one with the gold?
Yeah, the
The
other
one
one's
with
just got like
the-
wine in it, right?
The one
Yeah.
with the gold, because we use the other one, like convince the captain that like, oh, we just found this down here.
Yeah, I think that'll work as well. The wine will be enough of a find.
Alright. Who's going to be the one tying the chest?
Well, definitely not Lily and I.
Let Cola handle. He can tie it really tight.
Hey Lily, don't you have something nice to, or something encouraging to say to the party to make them do this better?
I don't think they will hear us. Anyway, I will give the caller some encouragement, and I'll give him bardic die. Inspiration.
Alright.
Okay. Yes.
Please roll me a dexterity check, please. Cola.
Athletics.
Athletics for tying something? Don't see how that can...
You just tie it really hard.
It's usually sleight of hand for that, which is dexterity.
Yeah.
Just
That's why I said dexterity.
Well, we don't have any resident rogue.
So just sorry to be clear, because you a couple of times you've asked for straight rolls, but when you say that, do you mean like just the roll without any modifiers, or do you mean any of the like the relevant thing that is a dexterity check?
Caller got
The
1d6 to use.
roll without any of the modifiers.
I know.
Alright. You...
It is already calculated in the bardic inspiration.
Okay. You go ahead, you set the chest up against the anchor and you start tying it down. As the Great Cola, you believe that everything is perfect on what you do. You believe that the test is tied down properly. With that, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I would like to freeze the water over that to try and secure it to the anchor and stop it from shaking or anything. Just with the shape water.
Alright. You go ahead, you manipulate the water and freeze it on the chest. And you do notice that while you were freezing, you saw the chest kind of like fit into place, as it wasn't as tight as Cola believed it was.
That'll only last for an hour or so, so we should get up to the top.
Well, let's go.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah, are we going to pop the bubble and just swim up, or
Well, that's up to you. If you want to swim, otherwise we could get you up there dry.
oh, I'm already wet, but Lily isn't wet. Lily, do you want to get wet?
No, no, no.
Cola shakes his head. He's just like,
Well, if you don't mind, just swim us up to the top.
Okay, Yuna's got the wine. Cola, shall we lift this block?
Cola walks over like to the other side of like where it is, just puts down his legs and is like putting his feathers underneath it and starts like lifting using the legs. And just
Nice.
pushes upward and begins like hoping enough to move this ice block. Starts working his legs. He didn't skip leg day.
Rain's gonna
Oh.
swim up above it, and his two tendrils of ice are gonna extend between him and the boulder, so he's sort of attached to it, and then he's gonna like try and swim up like a sleigh dog on the other side.
Alright, so you two, Kola uses his legs, and Rain, you help with your ice tendrils. And you both realize that due to the nature of ice floating and the massive amount of air inside the bubble, that it doesn't take anything to lift it up off the floor. As all the effort that you put into lifting this heavy thing is completely wasted underwater.
And that's why I froze a tendrils to it, because I figured if Cola just throws it at me, I'm gonna just like yeet it out of the surface.
Gonna be, of course, if the Great Cola yeeted it, you'd already be at the edge of the solar system.
Damn.
So now we appear on this tiny little Death Star of ice, just on the surface of it.
Can we then destroy a planet?
Yeah. So you
Beams are hitting
two.
Rain.
Sorry?
Kind of like he's the focus point of the beam.
Yeah. Alright. So you two, without breaking a sweat or even using an ounce of energy, lift this ice all the way to the surface. As you see the captain kind of just waiting by the side, a little bit impatiently. You guys took your time, huh?
Went down there for so long.
Hurry up, get on board. I want to go.
We got you wine.
Well, Gola is like just swimming up to like Yuna is like open it, just like grabbing one of the bottles and is there and it's like, now, Captain. I'm sure this is like worth something, and it's like placing it. It's there like nothing else. It will be. It will be a chapter in the Great Cola's life story. How his generosity to share what he found with others.
If I'm not mistaken, Yuna's the one with the wine and she's still at the bottom. Am I wrong there?
No, Rain's
Uh,
so it just like opens a 5-foot hole and then goes over to try and pull on the rope that I assume they have started once they see us.
yes. So,
Niran will also go there and help out.
yeah, Ninarin, Rain, and Kola, I'm assuming you're helping.
It's like, oh, knew I forgot something down there. Just grabbing it and just start dragging it.
Yeah, I'll say all of you just make me a strength check and we'll take the highest roll.
Okay, strength or athletics?
Well, you're pulling something up.
And it's athletics.
Yes. So it's a strength athletics check is the skill.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're telling us to do a straight strength roll.
Yes,
Realize those are two different things.
I do.
Okay. Just because
Yeah, no, it's better to use strength for pulling something than athletics. For
No,
pulling.
athletics is strength.
Mm.
Athletics is quite literally like you attempt to climb a cliff, you attempt to jump, you attempt to like you're trying to use your athletic ability. But I'm just saying, you keep asking us to do straight rolls, and it completely defeats all of the proficiencies and things that people might have.
Alright,
Because
I'm
a
sorry for that.
proficiency
I'll
never
try.
applies to just your ability scores, but to your skill checks, which is what we're doing. Is there's like the modifier it uses, and then there's the skill, and that some people might be better at certain things. I'm just saying, like that's how D&D works.
Alright, so I will take that into note, and I will try and use more of the skills instead of the straight check. Sorry for that.
I'm not trying to tell you how to DM. I'm just saying it feels like it's just something that you're missing rather than something that you're ignoring.
I am probably missing that, which is why I'm again sorry for not picking up on it sooner. Anyway, shall we continue?
To be fair, you're both kind of you're both right. So it's mostly up to the DM, but athletics checks are more for things that require a lot of climbing, jumping, swimming, etc. That's what athletics is, but you can use it in both situations. It just depends.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with calling for a straight roll, but I'm just saying you've called for a lot of straight rolls and no skill checks. So I'm just saying, like, for tying a rope, sleight of hand is a dex check, but you know, for the rogue specifically, you might have, or like the bard has jack of all trades, so you could have shit ability scores but great skill checks,
Yeah,
and then you're missing all of that if you're just going for straight rolls.
fair enough.
I barely have any proficiencies. It makes very little difference to me.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll say you guys struggle as you realize that Yuna is actually heavier than you originally thought.
Yuna's fat.
Not to mention, she is carrying a box of or crate of wine. That does add that extra bit of weight, but you guys eventually get her back on board as the captain just kind of sighs in relief. He walks off to the back, pulling up the anchor, and then back to the steering wheel. He then yells to you guys, "We'll be at the docks in 5 minutes. Or more if the wind doesn't favor us." As he starts steering the ship back to the city.
Yeah, I'm sure that lesser restoration that was cast on Neron earlier is pretty much worn off, and he immediately starts turning a bit more pale.
Great Cola is like, looks like you have a bad stomach. And then just, like, folds his feather, like, his one hand and just uppercuts him in the stomach.
No, that does not help. And then throws up overboard.
Look, all the bad things came out.
No, that's not how motion sickness works, little one. How are you not getting seasick? You're a land animal.
Because the Great Cola is not such a weak as a being that he would get sick over a little bit of water. After all, owls can swim. He can take a bath in Bertha. Would be pretty bad if you got seasick every time you went to one of those.
Oh, so true. And you can just see Neurons just trying to keep an eye on the horizon.
Just hope there's no event at horizon.
Alrighty, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So, thanks to Rain's swirls for the ship gets there in about gets back to the city in about 7 minutes. Yeah.
Alright.
Before you guys can even get off the boat, the captain signals to you, kind of a whistle, and then gestures to all the fish. He's just expecting you guys to unload all of the fish.
Neuron pretty much ignores that and just gets onto land and begins kissing the floor. Oh, thank you, sweet beautiful
Cole
land.
is like grabbing Mira's leg and he's like pointing, gesturing down, and it's like whispering to his ears, like, I use them to hide treasure. And Cola starts grabbing as many fish as he can get and starts like unloading them.
Alright, but you were doing something there to hide the treasure with the fish.
Yeah, but I want to see what Girl does here.
Your whisper was a bit iffy on my end. Can you please repeat that? What were you wanting to do?
What I basically was gonna do was that I was gonna take the fish, then like try and see if I could get some of them, then get some other person, get the treasure, then fish, and then like smuggles the treasure away that way.
Yep.
Okay.
While they're busy unloading the fish, Rain will sort of give a nod to Kola and Nira and just say, "Oh, I'll help you in a minute. Just gonna go for a quick dip," and he'll just fall off backwards off the side of the ship, so that he can go and untie it and hopefully pass it to Nira somewhere.
Alright. So all of you, uh, well, Norin, after a bit, finally recovers from his seasickness and starts helping unloading the fish. As the fish pile gets more and more, Cola, you kind of make a small little indent in the pile. I'm gonna say, yeah. Rain and Cola, can both of you make me a stealth check? As you both are trying to hide this chest among the fish without being caught by the captain or the people around. Okay, wow. Okay.
Goddamn.
There we go. Proficiencies.
That is without proficiency.
Oh damn. Okay. This. Well, I mean, it's an owl. It's gotta be quiet.
Yeah. Okay, so Cola, your prep for the chest pretty much gave you guys the perfect slip and dip. As Rain, you kind of just toss the chest up onto the dock, and Cola catches it without even touching the floor and just yanks it into the fish pile and just lets the pile of the fish fall over the chest as it's now hidden on the cart.
Very nice.
I'll say about 10 more minutes, and all the fish has been loaded onto the cart. As the captain pulls out his bag and starts counting coins, he makes this small comment. He's like, "Alright, so how many hours have you guys been on my boat?"
Well, before you pay us, we could help you get it back to wherever you're taking it. You might need security. This is a lot of fish. You don't want to just get taken by bandits. And he just looks at everyone else, sort of shrugging, like, didn't we just load the treasure in there? But he doesn't
I
say
roll
anything.
my
Yeah,
dice.
I don't know. There's a big bandit issue in the city. We took out some bandits just the other day.
Well, if you took them out, then they aren't an issue anymore, are they?
No, there's still plenty more. it, we took out a little bit of them, but not many of them.
Roll me a deception.
Shit, fuck. It's not what I was trying to say. Oh well.
I don't think you
Can I-
can. If you get advantage for fucking the captain.
Can I
No.
help him?
What do you say to help him?
That was well timed.
I know what
Wow.
Cola is gonna say. He's gonna be like, some of them fled when they saw the greatness of Cola when he unleashed full potential.
I would like to tell him that we help catch the fish. At least let us escort you and to reach there. Let's just finish our deal. Either way, we are heading the same direction.
So you guys are heading to the fish market too?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you wouldn't give Cola here a fish, so we've got to go and buy our own now with the money we've earned from this. Honestly, it's a terrible deal for us.
you said roll deception, right?
Yeah, Lily, make me a deception as well. Okay,
Better.
alright. So, Ninaran, with you, he just kind of shrugs off your thing. It's like, ugh, these people are just trying to get more money from me. But Lily, with you, he thinks for a bit. He looks at you guys for a few more seconds before putting away his bag of coins. And I was like, alright, well, you guys are gonna be following me, and you're not getting on the cart. As he walks past you guys, gets on, and readies the cart.
Well, anyone need some fresh water? And he'll just pull out his water skin to offer to try and huddle up the group before we.
The Cola just takes this thing and just pours it out of himself, like pours it out on himself. It's like washing all the salt water off. Just taking a little like birth, like a little birthday.
Oh yeah, we can get a little fountain going if you want, and he'll just pull out the. So he handed you the water skin, but he'll pull out the decanter and pop the top off, and just as he says fountain, there'll be a nice little shower too. It's like a beach shower, you know. To just he'll hold it off to the side, so he's not just spraying everyone down.
Alright.
So, Neuron's whispering this. How are we going to get the chest off the cart?
Yeah, I was just starting to think that we should have left it in the bay and come back for it later. Uh, any bright ideas?
Well, our fisherman friend over here is probably going to have to go talk to some people, so we can just say, "Ah, we'll keep watch," and then take the chest out. Then, yes, maybe.
sounds like a great idea. That is why you are my second favorite.
I don't recall ever being a student of yours.
It is now that the captain just kind of whistles to you guys. He's getting slightly impatient.
Yeah, Nuran looks close at Kola. No, you're way too short to be my teacher. My teacher is way taller than you, and also not featherweight.
Sorry, how far are we from the ship?
So the cart was about 20 feet away from the ship.
We are still at the water edge.
Yeah. Is there something you...
I will try to use this cantrip. This. Okay, I cannot spell it. That's one.
Prestidigitation.
Yes.
Oh.
Can I try to make a sound like the seal in the water? I'm not sure if I can. I think
A seal?
the same the green seals that we
The
fought.
sea lions.
Yeah, sea lions. And
Alright.
hope to distract him. Maybe he will go back to the ship if he hear that.
Alright. So you use prestidigitation to to try and mimic the sound of the sea lions. Thankfully, with
Yes.
your encounter, you do have a fairly good idea of what they sound like. And as soon as you do so, everyone just looks towards you guys as the captain starts getting more impatient. He's like, "Just hurry up, I don't want to deal with those things anymore." As he is now like really ready just to hit the reins and run off.
Captain, you're totally right. I was wondering, could I get a tooth from one of the ones that we caught, actually? And he's following behind the cart, just not wanting to piss him off anymore. But
Sure, but you're gonna have to catch up. As he whips the reins and the cart gets pulled slowly.
And Cola is like, I'm gonna watch from the sky and start flying like above. So he has a good vantage point.
Alright. Alright, so Rain, you run back to the ship. You find one of the sea lions.
oh, are they? I thought they were on the cart as well. Are they not good either?
As far as I know, sea lions wouldn't really make the best of seafood, especially for a city.
What? Really? Okay. Those are those are Rain's proudest catch of the day. But like, okay, fucking desert people are weird.
So you quickly run back. You find one of the sea lions. Can you make me a survival check, please? Alright. A nice 20. So you just lift its upper jaw and grab one of the teeth, and there's no ceremony about it. You just yank the entire tooth out with its root. Is that all you'd like to get from the sea lion?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I was actually just asking him as a ruse to get back into the cart, but he does want one anyway, so he'll just happily take that and then rush back to everyone. He'll go sprinting monk speed.
So with that, the captain finally increases speed once you catch up and you guys head to the fish market. You do pass the barracks, but that's not where he's heading. And so once he's at the fish market, he's like, "All right, well, If you guys are gonna stay here, then you might as well help me unload. Just put the fish on the shelves, and then I'll pay you when I'm done business in there. See, pops
Sure
off
thing.
and walks into a tent.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Yuna's gonna get that chest and book it.
Cola starts like taking all the fish and putting them like on the shelf. Fine distraction. And at random interval, he just takes some and just starts eating.
Like one for you, one for me, one for you, one.
Carrying fish is hard work. This one,
And
it was
Narayan is
trying
really
it to get
helping
away.
in the
The
chest.
great cola just short it wouldn't get away.
And the poor elf lady at the shelf that you're busy packing the fish is just staring at you, Cola, as you're packing the fish one by one.
The great cola know he's handsome. No, he is busy saving the world.
Yeah, you are kind of just frowns. Handsome? Alright, so Luna grabs the chest and books it. Is there anyone who's following her or helping Cola unload the fish?
I'll be helping Cola.
Alrighty.
Narayan's just finding a nice spot to sit down.
Rain will just say to Nira, just keep a lookout, make sure no one's watching. I'll back up Yuna and follow after her. He looks like a naughty teenager.
And of course, Yanni will be following Yuna. And after 3 minutes, the captain comes out of the tent with an even bigger bag of coins as he looks around. Where are those two creepy fucks and that one water thing?
They got tired, so we sent them away.
I think they were
Yeah.
saying that Mira got like stomachache, and they went to try to find a doctor.
Narayan is still there, by the way. Just saying, he's just found a nice spot to sit down.
Yeah, look! We're so good hiding. Such a lazy bum.
To be fair, Nira is probably still like a bit green in the gills.
Most likely just that's most likely just seaweed or something. Wait a second.
I mean, he does have a cloak that kind of blends in with surroundings naturally.
No.
No, but I mean, like after being so seasick, you're probably paler than usual.
Cola, that is a good question. What did happen to the wine crate? I'll say that when Yuna was brought up with the crate, the captain instantly noticed it, and of course, kind of like gestured because he did say, "Whatever treasure you find, he would take a share." So he took a bottle.
Which cola already offered him? Oh, that's
Oh yes, you did offer him a bottle. So yeah, I would expect Yuna, you'd be carrying both chests? Question mark.
maybe we just
Yeah,
loaded.
she'd make her
Maybe
brother
we
carry one
have
of those.
the what's called the doll carry the second one, the steel defender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yanni has his three retainer dolls. They can be carrying the wine.
Wait a second.
True.
Dana's that would make him a knight.
Noble. Though
Yeah,
I'm not
he
too
built
sure.
them.
I'm not too sure where those dolls are, because
I
I
figure
don't.
that's probably where we're going, right? To like meet up wherever he left his dolls. I think he left them on the dock.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. So we'll say that Yuna, you gave Yanni the crate of wine as it is lighter than the chest full of gold. Alright. So we move on to the captain. He just shrugs it off. Was like, alright, well, you guys came to me about midday. So it's been about 5 hours. He starts counting coins a minute later and he's like, here for your help. And each of you get 10 silver pieces.
Wow, cheapskate.
Eh?
10 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Cola is now 10 silver. More rich.
Alright, how
By
much?
the way, sorry, how much we get from the bounty? Sorry, I think you were asking the same thing. For the bandit.
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
You
We
guys
got 440 gold.
Yeah.
And we put that in like the party fund.
Oh,
Okay, so I think Yuna should track our money, and maybe she works like a piggy bank. I'm not sure because
So you're suggesting we just put like coins in her bag?
I mean, I'm thinking she should hang on to the party fund because when you asked that question, she was the only one with the answer.
Like, man, you asked the rogue to hold on to the party fund. It's like they just gonna embezzle them in something like cheese or something, and then earn us a lot more, and then we suddenly have a in our phone.
Yeah, that's why I also think having built-in money storage kind of makes sense.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Yuna, are you,
Do you want to be a walking piggy bank?
or at
Works
least
for me.
keep track of the funds at least. Don't have to store them inside your head or whatever.
no, just open your mouth and you can toss the coins in there.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't want to have to break you open every time we go shopping. This
That's pretty dark.
just like pops her head off. I mean, that would actually fit. Just
That would actually
pop her head
fit
off and
more.
shake coins onto the table and reattach it.
Alrighty. Assuming once you guys have gotten your coins, you're gonna meet up with the rest.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So where are you guys gonna head now?
well, we got two things, I think. We need to sell those bottles. Because at the moment they value something. If we broke them, we won't get anything. Then we need to hand in for was it? I think the things that would give you the fisher's troubles, fisherman some troubles.
Ooh, Lily. That for a while there, it was pretty
I'm sorry,
difficult to hear you.
my net.
Yeah. I heard that you wanted to sell the wine. What else?
So the wine and see if we can cash on this seals.
Ah, alright. On the the sea lions. So I'm assuming you guys head into the bounty board.
Sounds like a good first stop.
Alright. Passing the bounty board on your way to the fish market, you guys know pretty much where it is, so I won't make you do any checks. And you get there fairly good time. Yuna, Yanni, and Rain, you guys get there first, as Jeff just looks up with you guys like, oh, you back again, huh? Where's the rest of you guys?
We were finishing up with our last job, but they'll be here soon.
Huh. Alright. I'm assuming you guys are here to hand in a bounty. as he just looks up at you guys expectantly.
Well, not really. I don't think.
Oh, then why are you guys here?
I mean, the treasure
Go
wasn't.
on, Rain. Show him the chunk of
Show them the
creature
sea
we've been
lions.
acquiring.
Oh yes, are these the sea monsters that you were talking about? And he'll pull out the evidence of the sea lion.
He just kind of squints at the tooth and is like, "What is that?"
Well, I pulled this from a dead sea lion. If you'd like to see, they're rather large. They're back on the dock, the full things, but we found them out near the old shipwreck, and we think they may be at least some of the sea monsters that your people have been running into.
Well, you might be right on. How big are they?
Huge. Humongous.
Yeah, he just does the fisherman thing of, oh, it was this big, and his arms are sort of like stretching at. He clearly doesn't know the size, but he can't also actually make them that big. I mean, like if you look at, what would you say that it's like two of you, maybe?
Sounds about accurate.
I mean, they're pretty
Ish.
big. They're pretty scary. They're sea lions. I mean, they're really ferocious creatures. I mean, I'd show you the scratch, but I don't really scar. I mean, but look, is there still any damage on Yuna that we can point out?
She probably still has some gash marks from it. I mean, she did heal up most of her technical damage, but
yeah, there is the massive gash on the steel defender.
Yeah, so I mean, you can see the battle damage that they have sustained, and also, I mean, I can give you a sort of, and he'll say, open the stopper again and pull some water out, and I'll use shape water again to animate the water into one of those creatures, just as if it was swimming through the air, as he's just doing this with his hands. They look like these, but we're not entirely sure what this. I was sort of expecting a serpent or something. Is this what your people have been seeing?
Okay, well, I did hear some rumors. What color were they?
green.
Green. You absolutely sure?
Yeah, sort of a turquoisey green. Yeah.
Huh. Well, you guys may have gotten it. I mean, they said that the sailor said that it was a green to a blue and a dark green, so I think you guys may have gotten them. Said there
Yeah.
were two.
Yeah, I think that's them.
Huh.
Oh, look, I think our friends are. Hey, guys.
I think the carcasses are still on the ship if you want to make sure it's the actual things.
Mm, no, I don't need to leave my post. I believe you guys enough. I mean, who wouldn't among those two? He just gestures to the two dolls. Even though this is the third time he's seen you guys, he's still freaked out by you two.
I mean, I would stay vigilant. They seem to be sort of pack hunters. I'm not sure if that was all of them, but I'm sure the two that we killed will have chased off the rest of the pack. They'll find some other hunting grounds, if there are any more of them, at least.
Yeah, well, you guys killed them, so I guess I'll hand in the gold that was given with this bounty. As he kind of bends over and pulls out another bag of gold. Slides it over to you. Yuna, being the bank, you can add 50 gold pieces. Haha. You guys are getting rich very quickly. So, is there anything else you guys want to do before I head home? I mean, it's getting late.
Show him the bottles. Or at least one of them. To measure the worth of it.
Okay, why are you showing me this wine?
Do you know someone who would buy this one?
I'd say any merchant.
Oh, bet those dwarves at the Three Hammers would like some ancient bottled wine, eh?
Ancient bottled wine.
I mean, I assume it's ancient. How old does it look?
Well, you must remember that the shipwreck wasn't there very long. Like, the ship was destroyed about 4 days ago.
So he's saying that in character. He's like, he doesn't know how old. He knows wine is supposed to be old, and he assumes this is very valuable, but he's also kind of trying to hype it up. But I assume there's no labels on them or anything. It's all washed away.
No, but there is like a finery covering. So, like, I'd say almost golden paper around the bottles, just to give it that extra flair. Well, I mean, you guys are very welcome to try and sell to those 3 dwarves. Can't say that you'll be successful, but yeah, if you can sell to them. So, what would you guys like to do?
Oh, you know who else might enjoy that wine is all those grumpy old archaeologists that we met earlier. I think maybe we should go and check in with them, show them what we can find in a day. Eh?
Oh, that's also true. Yeah, I haven't actually had a good talking to these archaeologists.
Sounds like a great idea. All I once heard about some great goblin wine to great success.
Oh, I wouldn't mind trying some myself, actually, if it hasn't gone bad. Thank you, sir. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. He'll give a bow to the guy at the bounty place before he leaves.
I'm sure you guys will. As you guys start leaving, you hear the bounty man just kind of push his chair up and it's like, wait. One question.
Yes?
Are you guys like in a group? Like, I don't know, like a friendship kind of group? I don't know.
These, I am the great Cola in Soralis, and these are all my students.
Shake my head. No. Well,
I mean,
concentrate.
I can't say Coda hasn't been teaching us a lot, but
Well, in that case, do you guys have a name?
Huh. We're at this stage of the game then.
I tell the guys, whisper them, please say something before Koala speak.
Great feelers.
you know, we'll get back to you on that. And just Rain sort of pulls Cola into like a bro hug, just like leaning down awkwardly, trying to drag him away from the establishment, like giving a thumbs up to Lily. Just like, I think we'll get back to you on that one.
All right then. See ya. And
Well,
I think that is the perfect place to end off today's session.
cool. Thanks for the
5
session,
minutes
guys.
ago, we would had been named the Cooler Disciples.
Yeah, Rain immediately starts brainstorming names with Cola. It's your name can't be first every time. Just
Cola and his merry men and ladies. That's a very long name. I don't think that's a suit.
CML! We are CML now.
Alright, well. Besides the not using the skills as often as I should, how do you guys think I'm doing so far?